I kind of want to hear your take first, Alex, as a big fan of them in particular. Code Orange came out with a double release, Groovy My Replacement and The Game. Is it up to the expectations you have for this band?
Massively so. Yeah, I love this band so much. I often feel with them, they've got like the vision and the creative like scope beyond like the size of that they are, if that makes sense. Like I feel like they're doing stuff now that we'll look back on in like 5 years when they're even bigger and be like, damn, they've been doing like crazy shit this whole time. Yeah, no, it was really exciting because they did that Out for Blood single, which a lot of people didn't really like because it was, inverted commas, softer. And then they did like a soundtrack album thing that was kind of weird. So then to get these two songs that are like really full on relentless, raging heaviness, absolutely more than welcome. And I watched their Hellfest live set when they played both of them, and it was so fucking sick. So I love it. They're my top bucket list band to see. But anyway, that's my take as a Code Orange fan. So what did you guys think?
I think, like you said, Alex, like we'll look back on this in 5 years and be like, yeah, they've been doing this the whole time. It almost feels like we're not ready for this yet, or at least that's what it felt like to me. It took me a really like maybe 3 or 4 listens to sort of to be like, yeah, okay, yeah, I get what they're doing here. Like the first listen, at least, kind of the first half of Groovy My Replacement, it's like, okay, this is like an old school like hardcore song here. This is something a bit different from Code Orange, and then they start to bring in all the like effects and the noises and stuff.
It really goes off the deep end.
Which on their own sound really, really cool, but because there's so many of them in like different directions. I mean, if you're listening in headphones, it's like all around you. It's almost like we said about Code Orange before. It's hard to listen to, and that's deliberate. But after a few listens, I really started to kind of get it, and when I knew where the noises were going to be coming from, it kind of made a bit more sense, I guess.
I've always felt like Code Orange are a band that sort of swallow you whole as you're listening. Like I can't ever like just listen to one song and leave it. I'm sort of like all consumed by an album or like by a playlist that I've got of just their songs, and yeah, that's what they are to me, just this like all-consuming band.
I mean, touching on that, I think there's a great pairing of songs. They complement each other very, very well. And like, kind of just to pick bits apart, like the vocals are consistently just in your face. The drum mix, I think, is fantastic. The snare drum sound, amazing. Like the sound of the ride cymbal cutting through, beautiful.
Well, you know who plays drums, don't you?
Is it Max on the recordings though? Is he actually officially on the recordings?
Well, he's in all of the.
He's in the promo shots.
He's in all the promo shots, so you would have to assume that he's.
Which, if it is, then now. Fantastic.
Which also means Portnoy Bingo.
Portnoy Bingo. There's groovy riffs there. It is very, very unrelenting. I think, like you say, yeah, it's something I think to look back on in a few years' time, and whether this is just like a 2-track they're just releasing, or if this is leading up to a next album. I'm not sure if I've seen anything in particular yet, but either way, I think, yeah, for me, dipping my toes into a lot of their kind of recorded material now, it's a very strong entry point, I believe. Yeah,
and I've seen a couple of tweets. It absolutely crushes my soul that we weren't at Outbreak for their set, because people are saying like a 10k capacity warehouse with all of like the LED screens and the light show that they had. I saw one tweet, then it was basically like that was the perfect Code Orange set. So I feel like they're just going to take over from
You've still not managed to see them, have you?
No.
One day.
It'll happen.
They're the one on the top of my list.